You know, I think I want a moratorium on the I word. I'm so over talking about impeachment, and I'll bet you are too. I don't ever want to have to mention it again. But it won't be over on Wednesday. They're going to do it again. They'll find another make-believe whistleblower or another foreign agent that they'll pay to make up lies about our president. So I say to myself, self, I want to take this opportunity to thank our friends, specifically Democrats Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Jerry Nadler, and the whole unhinged lot of them for guaranteeing the re-election of President Donald John Trump in 2020. Their nonstop hate, hypocrisy, and hysteria has so exhausted us that we honestly can't wait to re-elect him again. Their political stunts have been a colossal waste of time and have sealed his re-election. Although technically it hasn't happened yet, his acquittal in the Senate is a foregone conclusion, delayed yet again. And you senators had to drag this out until next week and couldn't work through the weekend. Why? Now, I keep asking myself why these Democrats keep making liars and fools of themselves. The president is a Russian asset. No, says Robert Mueller. The president is the illegitimate occupier of the Oval. No, says the Electoral College. The president is as described in the dossier. No, says the chief judge of the FISA court, as well as the Department of Justice. The president is a racist. No, says African American unemployment and Ben Carson's opportunity zones. The president will ruin the economy. No, says the stock market over and over and over again. And the latest Ukraine claim? No, says the best evidence, the real evidence, the transcript. And Adam Schiff says the president's misconduct cannot be decided at the ballot box because, quote, we cannot be assured the vote will be fairly won. Adam, are you stupid? Or do you think we are? Aren't you guys embarrassed yet? Why the Democrat Party, allegedly the party of inclusion and openness, is at this moment in time the most obstructive, a mutinous, non-productive, rebellious group of haters the party has ever seen can only be attributed to their Trump derangement syndrome.
Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45!
I will always refer to him as the occupant, as he is only occupying space.
We're gonna go in there, we're gonna impeach them.
They're like a bunch of thugs ganging up to destroy and remove the president. Hate is their crusade. Overthrow is their mantra. And they use impeachment to overturn the will and the election of the American people.
The president's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections. Therefore, today, I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry. The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
The funny thing is they call President Trump a monarch, a dictator, a fascist. But they do exactly what they accuse the president of doing every day. And they have the chutzpah to complain about the Senate trial when they brought their case in a star chamber. They turn American jurisprudence upside down, saying the president's claim of executive privilege is proof of his guilt, when the whole point of executive privilege is to protect the Constitution and the separation of powers. And they look like fools, fighting to get to the camera first to get as much face time as possible. Watch Schiff try to pull back Nadler.
Any other comments the Senate would benefit from hearing before we adjourn for the evening?
Jerry. Mr. Chief Justice, members of the Senate.
You know, I think I want a moratorium on the I word. I'm so over talking about impeachment, and I'll bet you are too. I don't ever want to have to mention it again. But it won't be over on Wednesday. They're going to do it again. They'll find another make-believe whistleblower or another foreign agent that they'll pay to make up lies about our president. So I say to myself, what are these fools doing in Congress? They could care less about us, about immigration or heroin coming through the southern borders, or the fact that they held back the USMCA for months because they didn't want to give President Trump a win. They can't even give the president credit for taking out two of the world's worst terrorists in a matter of weeks with no collateral damage. The military is rebuilt. The economy is soaring. Unemployment at an all-time low. So I guess I'll just end it where I started. I want to thank our friends, the Democrats, for taking off their masks and exposing their hate, their condescension, and their disgust for the rest of us. I also want to thank the Democrats for uniting the Republican Party, except for Mitt. We didn't want Mitt anyway. And I want to thank Donald Trump, not only for teaching the Republicans finally how to fight, but for putting up with the nonsense that he goes through every day for the rest of us to make America great.